Hey friends, welcome or welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Shadavia and this is Oshi Budgets, where I talk about all things money, budgeting, and savings related. On my channel, you will see things like budget with me, share my real numbers, I do cash envelope stuffings, some savings challenges, and I also give you guys debt and savings updates on my own personal financial journey. So if any of that is content that you're into, do me a favor and go ahead and give today's video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and don't forget that notification bell, you guys, so you never miss the next time I post. Now, by the title of today's video, you can see we are doing my April budget with me for 2023. So today's budget with me is going to be for my April paycheck number 2, since I am paid on a bi-weekly basis. So if you want to see how I budget out my bi-weekly paycheck using the budget by paycheck method and also creating a functional zero-based budget, then just keep watching today's video. Now, on my channel, I like to share my real numbers with you guys, and my budget with me is just for pay transparency, so you guys can see how I am able to make things work with my own personal budget. So the first thing that I budget for during each paycheck is my mortgage, insurance, and phone. So I have this set up where it goes to a completely separate account. So I never actually touch these funds since they're automatically deposited from my paycheck. Now, this amount used to be about $452, but as I mentioned in one of my previous budget with me, my husband has actually taken over the insurance, so it's just money that I'm now putting aside for mortgage and phone, and so that amount has now decreased to $378 that goes into that separate account. And then what I've done with the difference is I've decided that I am now going to take the extra 70 something odd dollars that I would normally put into this account and put it towards my emergency fund. So if you've seen any of my other budget with me, then you know that I'm usually putting about $50 aside for each bi-weekly paycheck to go towards emergency fund, and that is just to be able to consistently contribute. Since I've already surpassed my starter emergency fund, I just want to just keep beefing that up as much as I can. So with adding the difference between what I used to pay for my mortgage, insurance, and phone and what I would normally put towards emergency fund, I'm now going to be putting in $125 per paycheck towards my emergency fund, which is going to be an additional $250 towards my emergency fund on a monthly basis. And that's at minimum, you guys, because what I'm trying to do with my budget or my paychecks is just to start automating as much as I can. So actually in my next budget with me, I will not even include these bills. This is just for anybody who's new to my channel, to show you guys that I do in fact have other bills as well. These are just going to be ones that are automated, and I have it allocated for my paycheck because I don't want to touch it. I don't want to see it. If it can just go into a separate account and it's taken care of, then that works perfectly fine for me. So with making those adjustments to this April paycheck number 2, on this paycheck, I'm actually left with $1,181.74 that I'm going to be budgeting to the rest of my bills that I have, any of my cash envelopes, which would be my variable expenses, and then any additional savings that I'm currently working on. I'm not including a buffer this time because I am tweaking my budget, you guys, and that's okay. So if you created a budget and it is not working for you, it's okay to go back and readjust. Like I said, some things in my life have changed. I've added things to my budget. I'm taking things away from my budget constantly. So it's okay to go in and just revamp or readjust your budget as needed. Now, The first bill that I take care of also with each paycheck is my car note. I do like to pay my car note on a bi-weekly basis, and that is $249. That gets paid again on a bi-weekly basis, no matter if it's due or not. I just want to go ahead and get that car paid off as quickly as I can. The next bill that I budgeted for is some subscriptions. So I'm gonna go ahead and skip over Atmos really quick, and I'll tell you guys why. So Pixie Set is a subscription that I had that's $10. I'm actually after today's budget with me video, I'm gonna see if I can go ahead and downgrade that to the free version. If not, go ahead and cancel it. If you've been watching any of my other budget with me's, then you know I have some subscriptions that are associated with my old photography business that I had that I have not been working. And so even though they're small subscriptions, about $10 a piece, a little over, that is starting to add up, and I'm just starting to think how even just an extra $20 could make a difference in my budget. I can put it towards my savings, I can put it towards extra fun, or wherever the case may be. I would rather use the money or the cash towards something that, you know, I'm actually using it for. So the other subscriptions that I have is my storage for my personal phone, which is $9.99 that I need to budget for. And then my daughter's storage is downgraded to 99 cents. And then I also pay for Apple Music, and I have the student version, and that's $6.48. Now, the light bill, if you guys don't know, my light bill is one that I actually split up between both bi-weekly paychecks, and I do that just to avoid taking out so much from one paycheck. So for the April paycheck number 1, I did go ahead, well, let me tell you what the actual bill was. So my light bill that's due for May is $164.33. And so like I mentioned, I do take out money or I budget out money from both paychecks. So in April paycheck number 1, I put aside $100. So for my April paycheck number 2, instead of taking the full $164, I only need to take out 64 or budget for $64.33 to go towards my light bill. And that's again because I already have the $100 in my account from last paycheck that I set aside for my lights. And then one of the more recent bills that I've now added to my budget because, you know, apparently I just make so much money, which I really don't. But I've been wanting braces for some time, you guys. And so that has now increased my budget or financial responsibility. And so that is $85 per paycheck. And then just to go back up to Atmos. Atmos is my gas bill. I don't know how much it's gonna be yet because that bill has not generated. And so last month it was $106. So what I'm doing is I'm gonna go ahead and budget $110 from this paycheck to put aside for Atmos. And then once that bill actually comes, if there is a surplus, then I will just find somewhere else to allocate the extra funds, probably towards like some family fun or something, but I'm not exactly sure. I'm hoping it's less than 110, but if it's 110, great. If it's over, it's gonna be a little tough. So let's see how much we have left over after bills are going to be taken care of. So let me go ahead and take all of this away, and then that's going to determine how much I have left to go towards my cash envelopes and savings. And just to be completely honest with you guys, because I am about being transparent, this last 2 weeks has almost taken me out, you guys. And what I mean by that, like just financially, I have been very, very irresponsible with my money. Yes, I have my cash envelopes, but one of my money triggers or things that affect like my bad money habits is my emotions. So whenever I'm not feeling my best or I'm just like under a lot of stress, I tend to just go spend money, and it's not on even on like things that benefit me. It's just like I regret it the moment that I spend money. So I did have an emergency come up where I had to replace my washer, but I was not even concerned about that, because that's why I have an emergency fund, you guys, and that's why you should have an emergency as well. Because when those emergencies do come up and you've already budgeted for it, it's like it doesn't affect you as much as when you're unprepared. So when it came to having to replace my washer, like that is something that didn't bother me at all. I was just like, okay, how much is it? Okay, that's fine. And I just paid it. But what really kind of took me down the rabbit hole is, again, just emotions that I've been feeling over really like the last month or two, you guys. I have really been going through it, and I really wish I could share with you guys you know, what I've been going through, but I'm just not comfortable with doing that just yet. Maybe one day, but it has really taken a lot of toll on me. And like I said, financially, when I am stressed, when I am not feeling 100%, I just make poor decisions. And so I was really like ready to do today's budget with me, so that I can just kind of reset my finances, you guys, and just kind of give myself like a fresh start to say like, hey, you messed up, you know, you've been out here wilding and doing whatever with your money, but it's okay. And, you know, just be able to reset. So in regards to all that to say, you know, messing up financially is okay. It happens, you guys, to the best of us. It happened to me. And so the way that I'm taking care of that is, it stinks, but I'm going to just simply take the money out of my savings just to avoid it being a lingering, you know, payoff or lingering issue. I just kind of want to just clean the slate with it, take the hit, and then just kind of refocus and regroup when it comes to that. So with the $645 that I have left over, I need to budget for my cash envelopes and my savings, you guys. And so the first thing that you guys know that I'm budgeting for is my goal to save $10,000 this year in 2023. I keep thinking about like, why am I still trying to save this money if I just got so much other things going on? But I want to stay the course, you guys. I have set a goal, and I really want to accomplish that goal. I mentioned in my last budget with me, overtime has been very scarce. And now that I've started my new role or new position, it came with a raise, but there's probably not going to be any overtime anytime soon. So I'm still going to have to go back and revisit that plan. And let's just say, you know, April just has not been the month for my 10K goal. I'm going to just let you guys know now. I'm still going to make the update video, but don't give me too much grace and don't expect too much for this month's update. But from this April paycheck number 2, I did have a little overtime in what I needed to set aside for each paycheck. So that's $328. So let's just take the $328 from that. So $317.95, and you know we're not budgeting out the change, so I'll just leave that for the buffer. And now we're going to go over to my gas. My gas did in fact last me, so the $30 that I have left over from my last paycheck in April, or my first paycheck in April, I'm gonna put that back over to my car maintenance, and then I'm just gonna budget out the $60 again that I would normally do for gas. Now groceries, you guys, I have had the luxury of not having to budget for grocery probably for the last month, because as you guys know, I used some gift cards that I got from work from Walmart, and it really helped me with not having to put our normal grocery budget aside. So I am a family of 5, and we do have a $100 grocery budget for a weekly basis. So I pay $100 one week, and then my husband pays the $100 the second week. So if you made it to this point in the video, let me know what your grocery budget is, and if it's like on a weekly, bi-weekly, or if you do just like one whole monthly grocery budget. I'm curious to know. You guys know I have been making $100 stretch for us for a very, very long time. And so I'm excited to still be able to do that. But I'm kind of bummed out. I didn't realize like how much an impact, saving that $100 for my budget each paycheck really helped out. So now I have 157, and then I'm just gonna go ahead and give myself that $7 because I do have, like, I want to get my eyebrows threaded, truthfully, but I'm waiting till I get my extra income from YouTube to be able to treat myself a little bit more, since I need to be more intentional and kind of just reset my budget, as I mentioned earlier. So I gotta, still be able to put money aside for myself, but I really need to focus on my other responsibilities first. Now I have $150 left over, and so I'm gonna go ahead and put $50 aside for my month ahead. And so as I'm working on my envelope now, it's my grocery envelope, it has a $400 goal savings amount. So I don't think I'm gonna hit it this month, but hopefully by mid next month I'll reach my goal for being 1 month ahead in groceries, and then I can work on my last envelope for my month ahead fund, which is the bills. So if you guys haven't seen that video, I'll make sure to link it in my description box as well, so you can kind of see like what my goal amounts look like and what my progress have been thus far. And then of this $100 that I have left, I'm gonna go ahead and do half of it for my family of 5. So let's give us 50, and then let's do 15 for household, because I do know that I have some funds left over from my April paycheck number 1, and then that just means that sinking funds or my future savings is going to get $35 as well. So then that's gonna bring us down to my zero-based budget, and that is actually how I like to budget. Like I said, be very intentional, give every dollar a job, a purpose, and hopefully don't run into the issues that I run into with emotionally spending and just completely disregarding my budget. Like, I take care of the responsibilities, take care of my bills, but just everything else just sometimes go out of the water, and it can be discouraging. But as you guys can see, I am still showing up for myself, still putting in effort to kind of get myself back on track, and so you can do the same if you kind of run into that issue. But that is it for today's April budget with me, you guys. Like I said, I do budget by paycheck and also do the zero-based budget method. So if you enjoyed today's video, as always, you guys, please give it a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, and never forget the notification bell, you guys, because that's how you get notified every single time I post. As always, thank you guys so much for spending time with me today and listening to me rant about my budget. I appreciate you guys' support so much, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.